Alright, thank you so much, Mr. So. Hi everyone. I understand the whole of secondary 3 are here today. How are you guys doing? Good, hopefully. My name is Yongkytown. My real name is Yongkytown. And I graduated in 2013. 11 years ago, I was just like you guys, sitting down in the Audi, figuring out where I'm going to go, the next step of my life, where I'm going to end up. Similar to Taylor Swift, I will bring you through my era tour. Chapter 1 is titled Fearless. If you are Taylor Swifties, you understand the references. I found my voice in TK Choir. Can I have a show of hands for choir? Choir. I was in alto, then I dropped to tenor, and then bass. But actually, choir wasn't my first choice CCA, it was actually my third. So the first was football, the second was band, but choir chose me, so funny how things work sometimes. I was also in football later on, and if you see really closely over here in the light blue Monaco jersey, that's none other than Mr. Roy. So let's see what my next era is. My next era is called Cruel Summer. And why is that? In Sec 1, Sec 2, I was young, I was dumb, and I broke my voice. I was crowned unofficial TK viral YouTube sensation of 2010 and 2011. Back in those days, nowadays you guys use Instagram, use TikTok, but back then there wasn't such things. There were mobile phones though. So the only way to get your videos up would be through YouTube. I used a potato camera, a potato mic, like $20. Didn't edit because editing wasn't so easy back then. So then after that, I got left by 1,000 cuts. This was in Sec 2, and you may be wondering, how do you ever recover from that? Because I picked up an instrument, my dad taught me how to play the guitar, and in Sec 4 I signed up for the prom performance. So that's kind of like my era in TK. Let's take a look at what my next era is. Check it out. After performing for every what's next? So then I picked up street busking. It's very different from, let's say I'm performing here, I'm giving a talk roll. On the street, you set up your performing equipment, you're performing for 3 birds, 2 dustbins, and 1 lamppost. And you have to try and be engaging, just so that people will sit down and listen to you for a while. So it really builds up resilience. And I also signed up for a songwriting competition, and I got second runner-up. It's not second, it's not first. I don't think I've ever been first or second for anything in my life. But I think the lesson we learn is you don't really have to be first or second. You don't really have to care too much about where you eventually achieve, but as long as you try your best in something that you love doing, where you end up with something that you really will like. My last era, long story short, if you told 13-year-old Yongkytown when he first entered TK that he would perform for Night Festival twice, perform for Esplanade 3 times, be on 987 with Sonia Chu to debut my original song. And this year, in January 2024, actually put up a debut concert to about 150 people, sold out crowd. I think I'll be pretty happy back then. Find something that excites you to wake up in the morning, something that puts that extra spring in your step. Don't be afraid to stand out and be different, because right now everybody's trying to explore what they're interested in, what they're good at. And the people that understand you will stick around. Listen to your heart, follow the beat, and wherever you go, you go. Let's talk about why the arts matter. So arts is ever present in Singapore. You think about after this, when you go home, you're going to listen to Spotify, you're going to listen to YouTube, maybe you're going to the movies, you're watching a concert at the end of the month, something like that. Arts is ever present, right? But do we value it as much as we consume it? So take your minds back to the COVID-19 pandemic when Straits Times ran a poll saying who are the most essential jobs and who are the most non-essential jobs. Surprise, surprise. Artists were the top non-essential job. To be fair, they were talking about essential in terms of getting through the pandemic. But it's just, quite surprising to see artists think about what you were doing during the COVID pandemic. You were watching YouTube, you were catching up on movies. So arts is really very important in our lives. And if you take nothing away from today's presentation, remember these 3 words: appreciate, relate, and create. And somehow they all rhyme. So in Singapore, the arts is very much a work in progress. 2022, according to NAC, only about 30% of Singaporeans engaged, went to watch or support local content. When asked why, the reasons were unfamiliarity with artists, so what we're talking about, lack of companionship, maybe we don't know other people that appreciate local music, and lack of awareness of such events happening. But these things can be changed. It starts today with me and all of you in the audience, and hopefully your friends outside as well. Bringing back appreciate, relate, and create. So over there is how Singapore looked like at the Marina Bay area about 20 years ago. Just reclaimed land, just boring. Without art, it wouldn't be what we are seeing today. Think art, where people in the olden days, they used this to pack food and put food anywhere, and it still keeps the food warm. And last but not least, it takes the appreciation and relating to art to then motivate creators to go and create. So let's take a look at what it is today. 20 years later, you have Marina Bay area, not just Marina Bay Sands, that looks so beautiful, and for tourists when they come, it's always a highlight of their time in Asia and Singapore, so on and so forth. You see murals in your neighborhood. This is in Toa Payoh. You see Tingka, Josephka, Tang Yuan, White Rabbit Sweet, and it just takes you back to a time where things were simpler, when you were a child, and really you can engage with it. And last but not least, like I said, appreciate and try to relate to art, and that will motivate the creators of the previous generation, current, and you, the next generation, to then go and create art that people can appreciate and relate to. So, leaving some parting words, that's how you can get started. Esplanade in town, they have live performance, free live performances almost every day. Wild Rice Theatre is at Funan, so you can go and catch professional theatre productions. Like tonight, Singapore Nights Festival, come to these festivals and see local artists put their best foot forward. Take a photo walk around Tiong Bahru, see the murals, and take you back to the good old days. Engage in art yourself. You can pick up painting, drawing, doing music, anything, right? You don't have to do local art yourself, but doing art gives you a greater appreciation of what artists go through when they create art for your consumption. And last but not least, People's Association, they have this initiative called Arts in Your Neighborhood. They put installations like pianos and other things in your neighborhood. So if you see it around, why not go and engage with it and maybe enjoy yourself. So that's it for me. That's my talk. Thank you.